Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started with our luncheon. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Great crowd as always. We're excited to have you here. First and foremost, I'd like to have the new pastor at First Baptist Church, Pastor Ryan Coffey, please come forward and bless today's meal.
Let us pray together. Heavenly Father, God, we bow before you today. Lord, we thank you for your many blessings. Lord, we thank you for the physical and material and earthly blessings that we receive. But above all, Lord, we thank you for the spiritual blessings, and we thank you for Jesus. Lord, today I pray for the men, the women in this room, the businesses, entities represented. Lord, may we be good stewards of the resources and businesses that have been given to us, the authority that we have and the role that we play in this great community. And Lord, may you bless the efforts of those here today who are doing things according to your will and to your word. Lord, I pray for this food. I pray just nourish our body and give us strength so that we can glorify you in all that we do. Lord, we love you and thank you. It's in the strong and the powerful name of Jesus that I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor Coffey. So a few presentations and whatnot before we get into today's luncheon. I'm excited. We've got a few things here. Anybody that was on our golf committee that's here in attendance today, if you could please come forward. And I know that, Pat, I know you're here as well. I'd like for you to come on up as well. Every year we host a chamber golf tournament. I believe we've been doing that 36, 37 years now. And something that we're really proud of. A few years ago, we actually renamed our golf tournament in honor of Jack Keeney, who was the longtime director of the chamber. So for anybody who knew Jack, which is a lot of people in this room, Jack was a far better man than I'll ever be. And he loved our golf tournament. He took great pride in calling me every year after the tournament was over and critiquing me and letting me know everything I did wrong and I needed to do better. But I love that about Jack because he was passionate about our golf tournament and what we did after renaming it in Jack's honor. We also wanted to make sure that a portion of the proceeds were donated annually to a charity of his family's choosing. So, Pat, I want to thank you for continuing this legacy project. To date, we've donated close to $20,000 that has been directly handed out by yourself to local charities. And this is no different this year. I believe, is Brooke here from the American Cancer Society? Come on up, Brooke. So this year, Pat has generously decided the charity that we wanted to donate funds to was the American Cancer Society. So we have a check over here for, looks like over $4,000 that we're going to be presenting them with today. So let's give them a big round of applause. Brooke, we're going to get you a real check also, one that you can actually cash. Pat, thank you for being here as well, and just a wonderful legacy project. Also, would like to continue with our Business of the Year video spotlight series. So, as you know, we couldn't have an annual banquet in January, so what we did instead is we had a virtual banquet. And what I believe we did is we put out the best virtual banquet that the country had to offer, especially this, in particular the state of Kentucky. We looked at a lot of virtual banquets that were done the wrong way, and we tried to do one the right way. And we were very proud of the product that we put out. So each month what we're doing is we're showcasing two of the different winners from our annual banquet. So this month, the first video we're going to be highlighting is our Ambassador of the Year, Miss Kristin Whitson. So can we play that video, please? Our 2020 Ambassador of the Year has been heavily involved with our chamber as well as our entire community. Kristin Whitson is the marketing representative for the Job Shop in Somerset. In her role, Kristin has made it her top priority to assist companies in and around Somerset with their staffing needs. Throughout her role as a chamber ambassador, Kristin was able to attend all chamber luncheons, ambassador meetings, and attended an impressive 40 ribbon cuttings in 2020. While Kristin supports the business community, she also worked with several local organizations to assist out-of-work individuals with obtaining employment. In addition to being a chamber ambassador, Kristin is also involved in the Young Professionals of Lake Cumberland. Kristin is a graduate of the 2020 Leadership Lake Cumberland class, where she was identified as a future leader of our community. Kristin has always thought of Somerset as her hometown, even though she moved away for a short time. Kristin has 3 daughters, Grace, Jaden, and Willow, and is married to Jonathan Whitson. More than anything, Kristin loves spending time with her family and is most often found traveling with her daughters, supporting them in what they love most, dance and cheerleading. Congratulations to our 2020 Chamber of Commerce Ambassador of the Year, Kristin Whitson.
Kristin, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, we would like to present you with the 2020 Ambassador of the Year Award.
Thank you so much, Troy. I did want to say thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for presenting me with this award today, and I also wanted to thank the Job Shop for giving me the opportunity to spend so much time with the Chamber.
Congratulations, and thank you for all the hard work you've put in for the Chamber this year.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Kristin. Our second award winner in the 21 to 50 employee category, our Business of the Year, was Donato's Pizza. Our Business of the Year in the 11 to 20 employee category is working to make our community a better place, one pizza at a time. Chuck Coldiron and his operator, Philip Carroll, opened Donato's Pizza of Somerset in March of 1998. From that beginning, the foundation of the business has always been to serve the best pizzas, subs, and salads while finding ways to give back to the community. Donato's was founded in 1963 in Columbus, Ohio, has believed in forming a bond with the communities they serve from the beginning. In fact, the Latin meaning of Donato's is to give a good thing. This was one of the many positive attributes that drew Chuck and Philip to the Donato's brand. Over the years, Donato's of Somerset has donated to local charities, schools, and organizations that assist others in our community. One special long-term relationship has been with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. Over the years, fundraisers have been held at the restaurant to benefit various local school activities. Contributions have been made to local school efforts to promote reading, good grades, and perfect attendance. Donato's has long been affiliated with the Chamber of Commerce, which has led to many beneficial outcomes, including the donation of lunch for the annual Chamber Golf Tournament and charity event. Donato's has never forgotten their most important focus, their customers, who have supported them since the beginning. Their loyal customers have always stepped up to the plate to contribute to the success of their fundraising programs. Congratulations to the 2020 Business of the Year in the 11 to 20 employee category, Donato's Pizza of Somerset.
Philip and Arista, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, we would like to present you with the 2020 Business of the Year Award for the 11 to 20 employees.
Wow, thank you very much. I'd first like to thank the Chamber and all of the good things that they do for the community. We're so happy, so proud to be a part of the Somerset community, and the foundation of our business is really to give back, and we try to do that. I'd also like to thank Arista, who's really the backbone of the business. She's built the team and made us successful. Again, thank you very much.
Once again, congratulations on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for all you do for our community, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to ask Farrah Dobbs to please come forward. So Farrah is representing the Kentucky Wildlands today, and I believe that this is a brand new venture. It's very exciting, and Farrah's going to actually announce a video, I believe, that they're going to play.
Thank you, Bobby, for giving me just a minute to speak. I also want to thank Congressman Rogers because he has designated basically the Kentucky Wildlands as a national heritage area, which there's only 17 others in the country. We'll be 18th and the first one in the state of Kentucky. So be sure to follow us on our social medias, our Facebook page, our Instagram, and go to our website, which is exploreKYWildlands.com. And let me just give you a quick vision statement before we show the video. Our vision statement of the Kentucky Wildlands is to spur economic development for southern and eastern Kentucky by promoting it as a regional tourism destination filled with majestic beauty, rich culture, boundless adventure, and endless opportunities. We will do this in a manner that complements and elevates current and future tourism initiatives, creates collaboration and connectivity throughout the region, and most importantly, remains true to the region and the meaning of our name, Wildlands. Rough, wild, tranquil, amazing, majestic. Thank you all.
There was a time when majestic forests covered the land. Stands of trees so dense and impenetrable, they were considered jungle. And in the high-ridge forests of the Kentucky Wildlands stand some of the last remaining old-growth forests in America. Its rugged landscape and remote location, its very savior. A land once thought uninviting, now treasured. Waterfalls, wildlife, and plants previously hidden, revealed for the first time. It's a land that speaks to our soul. It calls to us, tapping into our primal instinct to roam, to explore, to discover life is best lived outside. The Kentucky Wildlands are for escapists, traders of concrete for moss, walls for vistas, and bustle for bliss. Carved from wind and water, this land of extreme inspires with towering cliffs, sandstone arches, and the Niagara of the South, Cumberland Falls. Its thunderous roar and elusive moonbow, symbols of nature's power and intimacy. It's here the adventurous find heaven, measured in adrenaline. Rivers, raw and untamed, flow through Red River Gorge. Affectionately known as the Red, its steep walls of granite are one of the top climbing and rappelling destinations in the world. And beneath the earth, secret worlds await. For thrill seekers, the Kentucky Wildlands is more than a place. It's a quest. A place to push limits, to test and challenge. Here, the curious become curators, more than visitors, but keepers in their own rights of this unique land by diving deep into Appalachian history and legends, savoring its flavor in recipes passed down from generation to generation. It's where artisans turn gifts from the land into objects of beauty, and stories are told in strings and song. In fact, some of the greatest names in country music are from the Wildlands region and are honored on the Country Music Highway. It's here in these majestic wildlands that Kentucky remains much as it was when first discovered. Unmatched in beauty and inspiration. Unique and mysterious. Full of life and opportunity.
The last thing I'd like to do is I'd like to recognize our information tables that are here. So this is a free service that we offer to our members. If you'd like to come set up and talk about your organization or your business, you're welcome to do that. We take those kind of on a first come, first served basis every month, but I'd like to recognize everybody who's in attendance today. Slim Chickens, RidgeNet Networking Group, Cumberland Falls State Resort Park, United Way of South Central Kentucky, Be Humble Landscaping, Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, Wells Family Crafts, WTLO Radio and Fork Broadcasting, Lindsey Wilson College, the Yellow Umbrella Gift Shop, From the Heart Ministry, Eastern Kentucky University, the Center for Rural Development, the Kentucky Wildlands, and Campbellsville University. Let's give them all a big round of applause. At this point, I'm going to turn the program over to my boss, President of the Chamber for 2021, Mr. Matt Ford.
Thank you, Bobby. Welcome, everyone. Looks like we've already had a great meeting today with a whole lot more to learn about. Great to have the congressman here again today. Once again, welcome to everyone, our representatives, and all members. We would like you to look along the wall here. We always want to make a special recognition to our sponsors. Our world-class sponsors are on the top row. Middle row is our Chairman Circle sponsors and our Ambassador Circle sponsors there on the bottom row. These people help us get things done here in Pulaski County, and we want to thank each and every one of them. Also, Lonnie, you and the Center for Rural Development, what a great place for us to have meetings and gather here, and thank you all for always letting us use this facility. Also, Karen's Catering, if you would give Karen and her crew a big hand, a great meal. As always. At this time, Tiffany Finley is going to come, and she's going to go over our new business introductions.
Good afternoon. Okay, guys, I have 16 of these today, so bear with me, but this is a good problem to have and shows how strong our chamber is. So if you're here, please stand up so you can be recognized. Be Humble Landscaping, contact Amanda DeBoard. Right over here. Located in Somerset, Be Humble Landscaping is a woman-owned landscaping company specializing in helping clients increase the value and beauty of their homes by creating elegant outdoor living spaces. With one-on-one consultations, they will give your home the look and feel you desire. Owner Amanda DeBoard prides herself on delivering exceptional on-time service with a smile. For more information or a free quote, please contact Amanda at 270-585-9212. Next, we have Birdies and Barrels. Contact Anthony Cox. Right over here. Soon to be located downtown Somerset at 201 East Mount Vernon Street, Birdies and Barrels will be Somerset's first high-end bourbon and cigar bar with a limited selection of craft beers and other spirits. They will feature a cigar lounge, 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators. Patrons can book lessons with a Club Pro or book a private room with a simulator for a special event. Owner Anthony Cox welcomes everyone to follow their progress on Birdies and Barrels Facebook page. Next, we have Books and Things, the Writing Nook. Contact Kathy Regal and John Collier. Are you guys here? Right over here. Located in the basement level of 211 North Main Street, Books and Things / The Writing Nook is a place focused on providing every author an opportunity to be published and heard. They offer group and private writing classes. They also offer art, journal, and therapeutic self-help classes, as well as poetry classes. Owners Kathy Regal and John Collier offer editing, publishing, carry local author books, home decor, art, crafts, and much more. They will also be offering lots of fun-filled craft classes, writing contests, and much more. Art of the Spoken Word and an open mic session is held each first Thursday of the month and encourage writers, poets, and singers to help build their confidence and self-esteem. Please be sure to check out their schedule on Facebook at Books and Things / The Writing Nook. Okay. Casa of Southern Kentucky, contact Lexi Foster. Lexi, are you here? Welcome. Okay, CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. CASA volunteers are community-based and are appointed by judges to serve in child abuse and neglect cases. Once assigned to a child, the volunteer researches the child's case, reviews documents, interviews relevant people, and makes a report to the court as to what is the best interest of the child in terms of services, placements, visitations, reunification, and permanency. Volunteers are carefully screened and are very well trained. They receive a minimum of 30 hours of initial training and complete 12 hours of ongoing training each year. When a Casa volunteer accepts a case, they must agree to stay with the child until it's safe and has a permanent home. To learn more about how to become involved in a great organization, please contact Lexi Foster at 606-425-5000. Next, we have double-aught home inspections. Jason Phillips. Double-aught inspection or home inspections focuses on the need for peace of mind in purchasing a home. Owner Jason Phillips strives to thoroughly inspect, report, and provide you with all the information you need while making one of the most expensive purchases of your life. Double-aught targets everything they can see and pays close attention to detail. As a former law enforcement officer, Jason has an eye for detail and understands the importance of a thorough report. Double-aught home inspections can also work around your busy schedule for evenings and weekend appointments as well. For more information, contact Jason at 875-9428. Next, we have East Fork Storage. Contact Maydell Greer. Maydell Greer? Okay. Located on West 80, East Fork Storage Facility has been providing secure, reliable self-storage solutions for Somerset-Pulaski County. Their grounds are well lit and have security cameras operating 24 hours a day. If you have too much stuff at your home or office and wish to eliminate the clutter, or you just need to temporarily store your items while you move, call East Fork Storage. Whether you have tons of items or you only need a little bit of storage, East Fork Storage has a solution to fit your needs. For more information, contact Maydell Greer at 305-6126. I'm not sure if this person's here. GG Ice Cream Shop, contact Jose Moreno and Fabiola. Oh, they are here. They did come. Okay. Fernandez. Located in the Tradewind Shopping Center, GG's Ice Cream is a family-operated business providing Somerset with the freshest and most unique ice cream options available. Owner, Fabiola, has a great Latin heritage, so she has tried to incorporate that into her store with different snacks and various Latin-flavored ice creams. GG would like to invite everyone to drop by their new location and try something a little different. Whether you like the simple, rich, sweet chocolate or your tangy fruit mango, GG's Ice Cream looks forward to seeing you soon. Mill Springs Battlefield National Monument, contact Dawn Davis, right over here. While many of you know Mill Springs Battlefield here in Nancy, Kentucky, did you know that in September of 2020, Mill Springs Battlefield National Monument was established as a unit of the National Park Service? Currently, the National Park Service manages the park, visitor center, and a 1-acre tract of Zollicoffer Park. There are also plans for additional battlefield land to be transferred to the National Park in the future. Dawn Davis is the first permanent superintendent of this new national park site, and she looks forward to getting to know our community. Welcome, Dawn. 127 House of Prayer, contact Pastor Robbie Atwood. Don't think they're here, so we won't read their bio. Okay. Southern Kentucky Licensed Inspection Service, contact my big brother, Wes Finley. Welcome. Southern Kentucky Licensed Inspection Service is a local inspection service contracted by Pulaski, Whitley, McQuarrie, and Knox counties, as well as the city of Burnside and Corbin, to perform the duties of building inspector for local jurisdiction projects. It's a program set up by the Department of Housing, Building, and Construction to allow projects of a smaller nature to be handled by a local government, which reduces the red tape and speeds up the process dramatically. Wes Finley is a state-certified inspector with over 15 years of experience. Southern Kentucky Licensed Inspection Services provides a valuable service to contractors, owners, developers, and designers in the community in which we serve by providing local expedited building code advice through the permitting and inspection process. While other governments, by providing a no or low cost solutions to the requirement by the Kentucky Revised Statute to employees or contract a building official. Please contact West Finley at 606-416-4182. Thank you. Okay, Superior Roofing Restoration, Bruno Hernandez. I don't think he is here. No. Okay, moving on. Tom's Barbershop, contact Thomas Slagle. Are you here? No. Okay. Unite Us, contact Gail Cummins. She's right over here. Welcome, Gail. Unite Us is the technology partner for the United Community, a coordinating care network of health, education, and social care providers. Partners in the network are connected through Unite Us shared technology platforms, which enables them to send and receive electronic referrals, address people's social needs, and improve health, education, and financial well-being across communities. Their proven infrastructure provides both a person-centered care coordination platform and a hands-on community engagement process. They work hand in hand with communities to ensure services are seamlessly delivered to people who need them most. For more information, please contact Community Engagement Manager Gail Cummins at 309-4024. Okay, next we have Wells Family Crafts. Contact Nikita Wells. Is she here? Oh, right over here. Welcome, guys. We take a breath. Okay, well, Wells Family Crafts is a locally owned and operated Christian business that creates unforgettable wearable works of art. They currently have a fabulous selection of necklaces, bracelets, earrings, key rings, and leather goods on their online Etsy store. They can also include a handwritten note with your gift order if you like, and include free shipping to lower 48 states with no minimum order. To check out their current online items, please visit their Etsy shop at etsy.com/shop/Wells Family Crafts. And don't forget, Chamber members receive 10% off their first purchase of $45 or more. Okay. Wildwoods Barbecue and Grill, contact Dustin Markham. Is Dustin here? No? Okay. One more. Word Ablaze Church, Missy Reynolds and Misty Wilson. Are you guys here? Right over here? World Ablaze Church is a non-denominational church established in 2009 by Pastor Danny and Missy Reynolds. After being in the evangelistic field since 1992, the Lord called Pastor Danny to open World Ablaze with a vision to reach out to communities and see the lost saved. In 2019, Aaron and Misty Wilson became associate pastors. The mission of World Ablaze is to see the body of Christ grow in the knowledge and revelation of God's Word. The different ministries based out of World Ablaze Church include their men's ministry, Blazing Warrior Women's Ministry, Teams Ministry, Children's Ministry, and Give God the Glory Clothing Ministry. World Ablaze would like to invite anyone looking for a home church to visit in person on Sunday at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. or Wednesdays at 7. And they can also be located on Facebook at World Ablaze Church. Thank you, and welcome to all our new members.
I know that took a little while, but 17 new members. That tells you a little bit about how strong our community is and how the good work that Bobby and the crew is doing here at the Chamber. At this time, if you're an ambassador, we would like for you to stand. We always want to recognize these people. All right, give them a big hand. They're much of what they help us accomplish so much, whether it's events, or whether it's whatever. We couldn't do that without the help of the ambassadors. And each month we recognize the ambassador of the month. And this month, I think it's 2 months in a row. Give Josh Collins a big hand. Come on up, Josh, get your picture. Linda's going to make you smile a little, Josh. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for all the ambassadors for all that you do for our community. At this time, I want to recognize our corporate sponsors first one is Hendrickson. If you all would, John, your crew, if you all would just stand, we'll give them a big hand. Instead of speaking, they've elected to pass their time to the congressman. We're running a little tight on time, so we appreciate you all doing that. At this time, our other corporate sponsor is Citizens National Bank. And if I would, I ask my good friend Sean Daugherty to come. He's a senior vice president at Citizens National Bank, and he is going to actually introduce our guest speaker.
I want to talk just briefly about our bank, and then I'll get right into introducing our speaker. Citizens National Bank is locally owned and operated. We're headquartered right there in downtown Somerset. The thing about it is we love downtown Somerset, and we're particularly proud of the mayor's direction and what he's done to make downtown more vibrant and welcoming in recent times. So thank you, Mayor Keck. We'd also like to thank all of our customers that have stood by us over the years, and your dedication has helped us to remain strong. We are a $612 million bank today, and we hold about 27% of the market share. We recently led the marketplace in originating SBA PPP loans. We put about $30 million into small businesses, and that helped save about 2,400 jobs. And that was the market leader, both in the number of loans and jobs saved. As you know, we provide loans and deposit products for our small businesses as well as our consumers. Our loans we're most proud of. We don't sell them. Lots of banks will sell off the servicing of loans, and you've got to deal with somebody out of state that is not local in our hometown. A big part of the success of our bank is due to strong leadership. And Mr. Bloomer was not able to be with us today, but I'd like to take this opportunity and say thank you to Mr. Bloomer for the environment that he fosters for our employees. We have an excellent family-oriented environment which allows us to focus on our customers and take care of our customers. Along those same lines, Congressman Rogers has been affiliated with our bank since 1970, and we're very thankful for your leadership, your excellent leadership, and your service as well. Moving on, Congressman Harold Dallas Rogers served us in the United States Army long before he became an advocacy for us in Washington. He has served us in Washington since 1981 and recently served his 40th year representing us. He holds a law degree from the University of Kentucky. I would say he's not a politician, but rather he is a statesman, a skilled, experienced, and respected leader. Over the 40 years, he's been focused on economic development, job creation, fighting illegal drug use, and preserving our natural treasures here in Appalachia. But most, I'm thankful for his bringing jobs and keeping jobs here in our hometowns. For myself, I lived away from here for a while, and I do not think that I could have come back here and found gainful employment if it wasn't for the advocacy that our congressman had provided over the 40 years. If you will, join me in a big round of applause as I welcome our United States Congressman Hal Rogers.
Thanks for the welcome. Can you hear me okay? Thanks for the nice welcome, and thanks for the nice introduction. In the business I'm in, you welcome those few opportunities when you get bragged on in the introduction. When I was first elected, some of you heard me tell this, we were in August going about our duties county to county, doing town meetings and the like. And every place we would have a local person introduce me, and one lady who was to introduce me called the office wanting to know what to say. She was unaccustomed to speaking. Very nervous, she says, but what can I say? And they said, just keep it brief because we're on a really tight schedule. We don't have much time to spend anywhere, so just be brief. And besides that, this county's next to Hal's home county, so they already know him. You don't need to say too much. So here's how those instructions came out when it came time for her to introduce me. She says, I'm very pleased to present to you Hal Rogers. You all know him, so the less said, the better. Anyway, it's wonderful to be home and to be with you. We're off duty in D.C. during August, traditionally. The House members go home and visit their home precincts. I've got 30 counties, so it takes a little while to get around and see people and spend time celebrating things that they are doing at home. For example, just yesterday, we were in Williamsburg, where Firestone announced another 250 jobs at their plant there, which already had 500 employees. So things are working well in Williamsburg. What do you need, Bill? Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me okay? My job that you've sent me there to do has more to do with here than there, in my case. Most members, when you ask them what you do this past weekend or last week or whatever, they'll say, well, I was in La Jolla, California, or I was in the downtown in New York City, whatever. And they'll say, what'd you do? And I said, well, I picked up trash off the highway in Buddy, Kentucky. And we did that through the Pride campaign. And I'm so proud of the fact that you and people like you in all of our counties joined the effort to pick up the trash and litter, clean up the water, take care of the environment in our region. And now you don't see trash. You don't see old refrigerators thrown over the hillside or the mountaintop. You just don't see that because people are now mindful of what it takes to realize the beauty of the atmosphere and the surroundings that you've chosen to live in. And that's sort of what I like to do most, is help lead our area at home. I heard many of you over the last year during this pandemic searching for ways to keep your doors open and avoid layoffs and even shut down. As a senior appropriator, I took your concerns straight to the committee, the one that controls all the nation's purse strings. We approved historic levels of emergency funds to help keep folks healthy and employed through the CARES Act, the Payroll Protection Program, stimulus checks, emergency grants, much more. It's been a trying year in D.C., as it is in the rest of the country. And regardless of any emergency funding that you may have received, you had to still make some of the toughest decisions that you've made of your career in your business. And I applaud you for working hard to keep your doors open and to keep your people safe and healthy through this pandemic. You're the ones keeping our economy going. Now, without going any further, I want to ask you, plead with you, if you haven't got your vaccination today, go get it. The rest of us are depending on you to protect yourself against the disease, the illness, and to protect the rest of us. So if you have not received your shot, how many of you are willing to go today and get that shot and save the rest of us? We're pleading with you to do that. I was vaccinated in March, and I don't know of any result of that shot except maybe weak-mindedness, which is catchy. We've had so many mixed messages from the CDC and the Biden administration from day one. Biden Democrats want to pay people more money to sit at home, forcing small businesses to raise minimum wages to get folks to come back to work. And I know that our small businesses really can't afford that. President Biden's policies and spending sprees are out of control. I never heard the word trillion until I was in college. Now it's common. We're throwing around trillions of dollars in regular, normal times, and we're going to be going into the annual budget debate now in September. But that budget's going to be $3.5 trillion per year. On top of that, though, are these trillions, 5 trillion now, that we've given out in the pandemic programs. And we're seeing inflation like we all knew that we would, because there's so much money out there. The state governments, Kentucky government has money they don't know how to spend that we gave them, like every other state. And so the value of the dollar is cheapening. It's a form of taxation without representation. So now we not only have an inflation crisis, but we've got this horrible crime crisis. Murders, shootings, particularly places like Chicago, even D.C., is crazy with crime, violent, deadly crime that's taken the country. So we've got that crime crisis, and on top of all of that, at your border with Mexico, we're covered. There's no way to count the number of illegals coming across those borders. Now, you've seen this inflation thing already at the gas pumps, the grocery store, and if you go car shopping, get ready for a sticker shock. So inflation, including gas prices and used cars, up 45% since this time last year. Prices overall have risen 5.4% over the last year. That's the fastest rate in 13 years. President Biden said these spending bills will reduce inflation, yet inflation continues to increase every single month. Economist Milton Friedman once said, "Inflation is taxation without legislation." And he's right. Inflation. But this crime problem I think pretty much a result of those people who want to defund the police. Who ever thought of such an idea? I've taken away the people who are there to protect you from bad people. I don't understand their reasoning. We should be supporting law enforcement, not putting a target on their backs. So far this year, 155 officers have died in the line of duty across the country, and ambush-style attacks on police are up 91%. It's heartbreaking and shameful. I want Sheriff Speck and Chief Hunt and the Kentucky State Police and all law enforcement to know that we will support them. We should be providing police with more funding, not less. And I want to personally thank all of you for your service in pursuit of your business, and I assure you that we will stand there with you all the way through. We're also seeing a rise in crime at our southern border, where a record number of illegal immigrants are pouring into our country. Border Patrol stopped over 188,000 illegal immigrants in June alone. That's the highest number in 21 years. And some of those apprehended were on the terror watch list. And they're not just South Americans or Middle Americans or Mexicans. They're Chinese, they're Iranians. Every nook and cranny of the world is coming across that border. It's easier to cross our southern border right now than for members of Congress to walk onto the House floor. Nancy Pelosi has instructed the Capitol Police to arrest anyone not wearing a mask on House grounds. Their priorities are out of control. Border Patrol has already seized over 8,500 pounds of fentanyl, the deadly opioid, at the border. That's almost double the amount from 2020. And sadly, you know, we had the opioid overdose problem on the way out back before the pandemic struck. You were doing a great job of keeping illegal opioids out of the arms and bellies of Americans. But during this pandemic, we've got an epidemic going on inside it, and that's a huge now increase in opioid overdose deaths. Sadly, as more drugs have surged across our border, we are seeing that dreaded rise in the number of deaths. Kentucky quietly lost nearly 2,000 people to opioid overdoses in 2020, the highest number in our state's history. It's painful to see those numbers on the rise, because just before the pandemic, we were driving down overdose deaths at a record pace. In fact, the University of Kentucky and the University of Chicago teamed up to study how southern and eastern Kentucky had experienced a dramatic decline in overdose deaths over a 10-year period before the pandemic began. Out of the top 20 counties in the country, with declining overdose deaths, 14 of those counties are here in southern and eastern Kentucky. That's no coincidence. That's a direct result of Operation Unite. Unlawful narcotics, investigations, treatment, education. You cannot arrest your way out of this predicament we're in with opioids. You've got to do all three at the same time for a long time and stay at it and care. That's the secret that you have. Drug court judges, a great thing. Judge David Tapp, who's now on the federal bench in D.C., did a great job here when he was judge with the fight against overdose deaths. Although we took a few steps back during the pandemic, we know we have a plan that works, as the numbers I just told you show. So we need to get back to it and save Kentucky lives. In fact, to help plan the next steps, my district director, Karen Kelly, who could not be here today with us, was just appointed last week by Senate President Robert Stivers to serve on Kentucky's Opioid Abatement Advisory Commission. Karen was the person behind, when she was on the staff in that capacity, was the one who came up with the idea and the initiation of Unite, and of course served as its director for several years. So on this commission, she is in a place to help us further the recovery that we're in now. Kentucky was recently awarded another $460 million settlement from opioid distributors as part of a $26 billion multi-state agreement. The commission will ensure those funds are used to help save as many lives as possible. And as the former founding president of Operation Unite, I know Karen will be a great addition to that commission. Let me mention a word that in some circles, particularly in the Lexington paper, frown on, and that word is earmark. Earmark. You know what that means. It means bridges. It means roads. It means water systems. It means flood control. When I first got elected and took office in '81, the first weekend I had the Corps of Engineers get in their helicopter and fly me and them the length of the Cumberland River, beginning in Harlan, well actually in Letcher County, and coming all the way down to Cumberland, through Cumberland Falls, for the purpose of showing me what they could do if they had the money to stop the floods that flood those towns every year, starting in Harlan and coming to Pineville and Williamsburg and Middlesboro and Barberville and so forth. Those towns would flood every year almost, wiping away their business, their churches, their home Bibles, their homes. And so we went to work. We learned what the Corps needed to make those things work, and we got the money for them. Now there's levees and tunnels and bypasses and so forth, and those towns just don't flood anymore. And you want to know about what makes me the happiest in this job? To talk to people whose home would have washed away but for that flood wall. So, earmarks. I've continued to request a $500 million earmark to support Operation Unite's continued work. The earmark for Operation Unite is one of 14 projects that have been requested by me for funding in our region. This is the first time since 2010 that we've had the opportunity to request specific community project funding, earmarks. That's what we now call it, community project funding. The newspapers will continue to call it earmarks. But whatever, Mayor, we're going to help you do the things you're trying to do here with that program. So you don't have to tell me anything about earmarks. It makes much more sense for members of Congress to decide where federal dollars are spent than some bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. who never been to Kentucky and have no idea about the needs that we have, like somebody like myself who listens to you and your description of how you want us to work. So without the earmarks, the Cumberland River would still be flooding those towns, and about the time that we've pretty much finished the Cumberland River projects, they redistricted the state and gave me an area with 4 more rivers, the Big Sandy and the Kentucky and the Tug Fork and so on and so forth. So we're working now on helping them with the flooding that they encounter every year. One last note on appropriations, and it's a sad note. Democrats, and it was a partisan issue, have decided to overturn a long-standing precedent called the Hyde Amendment, which prevents taxpayer funds from being used for abortion. We've had that Hyde Amendment in our funding bills for years, and they blatantly took it out. So if that becomes law over the president's signature, it means your tax dollars can and will be used to fund abortions, not just here, but around the world. It's a sad development that we're trying our dead level best to change back and prevent that from taking place. Now, upcoming events. The 2021 SOAR Summit, SOAR, Shaping Our Appalachian Region. We began that 7 years ago with first Governor Beshear, and they're having their annual summit. It's going to be held this time in Corbin. They won the bid. They bid out who is to host the annual summit, and Corbin had the good bid, and they'll be hosting us in the Corbin Arena October 14th and 15th, and I want you to come. It's a place where we talk about how we can rejuvenate East Kentucky and Southern Kentucky, and it works. Good example. You read about or know about the plan of App Harvest to build the greenhouse here behind Richardson to grow strawberries. Well, they're going to do 12 of those types of greenhouses. The first one, you ought to see it, in Moorhead. It's 58 acres under glass. One of the biggest buildings in the world. They're growing tomatoes, perfect tomatoes, and they hire several hundred people. They're going to do one here to grow strawberries, perfect strawberries, with a lot of people hired to work. So that SOAR Summit, the first one, 7 years ago, there was a young man who came there among the hundreds that was there to tell me and us about his plan to build greenhouses and how big they were going to be and all of that. And I thought, this guy's a little off. But you know what? He went ahead and went out and sold stock in that new company, $470 million worth. And now he's building these greenhouses. Well, for us, and they're all going to be in East Kentucky. For us, this is a big goal toward replacing coal, because we need the jobs big time. And this one is creating jobs. So he's not crazy, he's a genius. And he's making it work, and he's living up to his word. But anyway, that came out of a SOAR summit. So I want you to go and give us your ideas about what we can do as a region. And you don't need to copy him. He's already got that market cornered. Bobby Clue and Mayor Keck and others have really plugged in with SOAR, and I'm excited to see the regional collaboration that's taking place. We've got a lot of counties in Kentucky. They're small counties, population-wise. And it's difficult for some of those counties to be able to afford things that they would like, or that maybe you were able to do. So when we join them together and get each of us to look beyond the county line and realize that there's things together we can do and should do, like the center was designed to do, was to bring our counties together around a common goal or a common plan. And that's taking place, and that makes me real happy. Also on October 7th, the center here will be hosting the annual Supplier Education and Economic Development Symposium, SEED. And the whole idea is to bring here Department of Defense contractors that make a lot of the products and hire a lot of the people to introduce you to them and them to you, hoping that you all will strike a deal with that defense contractor and produce that product here, hiring Kentuckians. So that's on October the 7th here at the center. And see Lonnie to arrange to attend. In 2017, I worked with Brett Traver at SCED, Southeast Kentucky Economic Development, to launch an event that would bring those federal contractors to our region to visit face-to-face with you. And by the way, the Defense Department awards over $350 billion in federal contracts every year. And I believe we can attract more of those contracts to our region if we prepare and help our manufacturing companies get the certifications that they need to get a defense contract. So if you're interested in learning how to compete for federal contracts, I encourage you, I urge you to join us at SEED Symposium on October 7th here at the center. Finally, I want to invite you to help Pride get our region designated by the National Park Service as the Kentucky Wildlands Heritage Area. You saw the video about it. In September, Pride will host town hall meetings to prepare for the National Park Service requirements, and we need you to be there. And in October and November, join Pride during the public commenting period to show the National Park Service that our region deserves a National Heritage Area designation. You called attention a moment ago about the new national park at Mill Springs. That occurred because the community got behind it over years and went to public meetings and supported the cause all the way through. So help us again as we try to get the National Heritage Area designation. The President and CEO of Pride, Tammy Wilson Nazaro, she's here. Where are you, Tammy? Yes, stand up so we can see you. Tammy will be sending out more info to you as those meetings get closer, so stay tuned. It's always a pleasure coming home. People of this community are amazing. You've made my path a lot easier, I know that for sure. And you've supported us in every way. And you especially supported me some time ago when we brought to you a lovely lady who's become the First Lady of the 5th District. So Cynthia, stand so we can see you. She is from Tennessee, but she's learning how to dribble that oblong football. So anyway, thank you for that. There was a small little story when we got married in one of the Eastern Kentucky newspapers, a very small paper. But the headline said, "Rogers marries Tennessee woman." A real put down. But she's a big basketball UK fan, and I'm still working on the football end. In closing, I want to ask Bobby Clue if he would join me up here. Bobby, would you come stand with me? This is a big year for Bobby. His 10th anniversary as Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce. Has he been a great leader or not? To commemorate that milestone, I submitted a tribute in Bobby's honor for the Congressional Record, and I want to read it to him. And this will be for the whole world to see in the record of the US Congress. Let me read it to you for him. Madam Speaker, I rise today to recognize the achievements of my good friend Bobby Clue, who is celebrating his 10th anniversary as Executive Director of the Somerset-Pulaski County Chamber of Commerce. Bobby returned to his hometown of Somerset, Kentucky 10 years ago to take on the task of leading the local Chamber of Commerce, and he has served as one of the greatest advocates for business development and support in southern Kentucky. His achievements in business engagement, management, government affairs, public relations, and consulting in the public and private sectors have provided him with a great wealth of knowledge to better support members of the Chamber of Commerce and the entire community. I personally appreciate Bobby's decision to return home to his expertise and talents to promote a brighter, more prosperous future in the Lake Cumberland area with a thriving portfolio of successful local businesses. In addition to taking on the helm of the Chamber, Bobby has also volunteered his time as a board member for several local civic and government organizations, including the Pulaski County Technology Center Steering Committee, the Young Professionals of Eastern Kentucky, and the Mill Springs Battlefield Association. Bobby also serves as an ex officio member of the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, lending his voice for the Commonwealth's entire business community. More importantly, Bobby and his wife Andrea are now raising their beautiful daughters, Chelsea and Shelby Jo, in southern Kentucky. I can only hope that they someday follow their father's footsteps to become leaders for the next generation in Pulaski County. On behalf of Kentucky's 5th Congressional District, I applaud Bobby Clue for dedicating these last 10 years as a true champion for Main Street. Bobby. Yes. Do you want to hear him or not?
No.
Huh?
We're running behind, so I just want to say thank you very much. I never knew that being somewhere 10 years I'd be so proud of the time that I've had a chance to spend here. So thank you all so much for this. It's an honor to serve my community and to have so many friends and congressmen. You have no idea how much this means to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your hospitality. Good to be with you. Godspeed.
Congratulations, Bobby, and Congressman, as always, thank you for your service. Thank you for all that you do for Somerset and the surrounding community. I don't think we'd be where we're at without the efforts and the hard work and the long hours that the Congressman has put in over the years. So thank you. Couple notes. September the 7th, that's the first Tuesday in September. We're going to have another Kentucky representative. US Senator Mitch McConnell will be here, so mark your calendars to be here for that. It's September the 7th. At this time, we've got 8 giveaways to give you. We have 20% off M&W printing. And if you've got, just go ahead and pull your numbers out. We'll try to go through this rather quick. Last 4 numbers, 7661, 7661. Right here in the front row. Next up, we got $20 off RB Dry Cleaning. And the last 4 numbers are 7851, 7851. Right? Whoa, where y'all? Yeah, that front row, that must be the right seat. All right, next up is Buffalo Wings and Rings. Last 4 numbers, 7613, 7613, all the way in the back. 7613, you see him, Sean? We've got another $25 gift certificate to Buffalo Wings and Rings. 7225 is the last 4 numbers, 7225. All right, far left. We have a Hardee's $20 gift card, 7670, 7670. All right, straight down the middle, about 4 or 5 rows back. Oh, the Be Humble drawing for the landscaping. Doug Hutton is the winner over here. So, Doug, are you in the building? All right, right there's Doug. Just see them after the meeting, please. I think we have got 1 free jewelry item. This is donated by the Wells Family Crafts, and it's last number 7668. 7668. Right back in the back. Raise that hand again if you don't care so she can see you. All right. Cookies from Chick-fil-A. 7496. 7496. Far back right corner. And then the last item of the day, Citizens National Bank has donated 4 clubhouse passes to Keeneland. This is for the fall meet. 7179, 7179. You're the big, right up here. All right. Give her a big hand. Did you find one more? Is that all of them? Okay. At this time, if you would, please stand. T.W. Todd, will you come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? He's relatively close, so just start us out there. Thank you all.